Today I'm interviewing Chris Goggin, Operations Director of Rinnai UK. Rinnai is a global leader in heating and hot water appliance manufacturing, striving for reliable and consistent quality. Over the course of this three-part interview, we will be talking about the impact of EPCs on the non-residential sector. This is the third and final part of our interview with Chris.
Hi, I'm Chris Goggin and I'm the Operations Director at Rinnai UK. I'm a Fellow of the Chartered Institute of Marketing and I have a BSc in Environmental Sciences. And I've been working in the UK heating and hot water industry for over 20 years. Recently involved in the go-to-market of hydrogen-ready equipment, RDME-ready equipment and heat pump technologies. My organisation, which is Rinnai, is a global supplier of heating and hot water technologies, and what we do is we treat a building or a customer on a building level whereby we'll provide a solution to their very unique problem.
If electrification is the long-term direction, why do future fuels still matter?
Electrification is clearly a central part of the UK government's decarbonisation pathway, but the question is it sufficient on its own? As buildings electrify, we increase pressure on the grid, particularly at peak demand. Heating and hot water are amongst the most energy-intensive services in a building, and expecting electricity to meet that 100% everywhere, all at once, creates costs, resilience, time, and infrastructure challenges. Future fuels matter because they can support electrification rather than compete with it. They will provide a low carbon energy where electricity is constrained. They will reduce peak electricity demand, and they will allow electrified systems to operate more efficiently and reliably as we make that transition to the future.
What do we mean by future fuels in practical terms?
Future fuels are low carbon, gaseous liquid fuels that can be used within existing infrastructure, often with minimal change. So these will include things like biomethane. We've heard a lot about hydrogen and hydrogen blends. Renewable liquid fuels such as bio-LPG and renewable DME, and e-methane are becoming more and more popular in an off-grid environment. The key point is that these fuels are dropping or nearly dropping, and they allow us to decarbonise energy supply without wholesale replacement of distribution networks, plant rooms or appliances, which is critical within existing buildings. These fuels are already recognised in national strategy and as a part of a broader mixed energy system designed to work alongside electrification and support it.
How do future fuels actually support electrification on the ground?
They achieve this in three ways. First, they relieve pressure on the electricity grid by supplying high temperature heat and peak hot water using low carbon fuels. Electricity capacity can be focused where it delivers the greatest benefit. Secondly, they support hybrid systems. Heat pumps handle the base load of heat efficiently, while future fuels can cover that peak demand or high temperature requirements, improving the overall system performance and therefore resilience. And thirdly, they could enable transition without disruption. Existing buildings can decarbonise progressively using renewable fuels, renewable liquid fuels, today, whilst preparing for infrastructural upgrades to electrification over time. So in practical terms, these future fuels buy us time, reliability, and also help us support decarbonisation at this unprecedented change in our energy network.
What's the key message for facilities managers and building owners?
The key message is that decarbonisation is a system challenge, not a technology contest. Electrification is essential, but it works best when it's supported by other low carbon energy vectors, particularly in existing buildings with these real world constraints. And these future fuels allow us to decarbonise more broadly, reducing risk, protecting resilience, and avoiding unnecessary infrastructure upgrades whilst moving steadily towards that more electrified future. If we want to deliver net zero at scale, We need an energy strategy that is flexible, that's pragmatic, and grounded in how buildings actually operate. Future fuels don't slow electrification down, they will ultimately help make it possible. So EPC reform is going to reshape the commercial built environment, but it's also clear it's a huge opportunity for FM teams to lead this transition. With the right data, the right technology, and importantly the right partners, we can turn compliance pressure into long-term performance gains.